everybody. My name is Curtis, and I'm here to open up a box that I got in the mail, and we're going to see what's inside. I'll give you a little clue. It's Epic Collections, but I don't know which ones. I haven't checked the schedule to see what's next on the list, so it'll be a surprise for all of us. Happy America Day to all of you Americans out there. We had Canada Day on the weekend on Saturday, and I got a day off yesterday. And so I hope that all of you Americans are enjoying your day off today as well. Happy 4th of July. Before we get started with the Epic box, I got a package from Amazon. So let's just have a look and see what's in this one. And I don't even remember. Oh, actually, you know what this is? This is a brand new graphic novel from Viz, from Viz Media. It's a co-production between Viz and Marvel. You can see on the bottom there. Brand new Wolverine called Snikt. And of course, that's the iconic sound of his claws coming out. Now, Viz actually was nice enough to send this to me and show it off on the live stream. So it was a nice, pleasant surprise that we get to see it right now. I know nothing of this book. It's a complete surprise to me. The artwork sure looks cool. Part 5. Let's see if I can find some cool. Oh, it's got nice French flaps. The presentation is really nice. It's got sort of embossed. No, sorry. What is it? Yeah, not embossed. What is it? Just the slick, glossy. It's got glossy. You can see it kind of shimmering there, and the white part, the yellow part, I mean, is matte. But yeah, it's got some French flaps with nice end papers there. Pretty cool. And let's see if I can pronounce this guy's name. Tsutomu Nihei. Tsutomu Nihei is the author and artist of this one. And yeah, I was expecting it to be black and white, but it's actually full color. It kind of has a little bit of a Sandman feel to it, except, of course, with more Japanese influence. I think it would actually kind of look better, maybe black and white, but that's just my opinion. I think I like to go the traditional route with manga. So anyway, I'm going to give this a read, and then I'll report back and tell you what I think about it after I've read it. But there you go. Okay, enough of that one. What's in this box, you say? Well, let's find out. Oh, we got some comments here. Let's see. T. Butler says, happy belated Canada Day and happy 4th of July to all American viewers. Oh, lots of comments. I missed all of these. This is a nice 4th of July gem. What's in the box, says Phil? 10 p.m. on the East Coast in Newfoundland. Yeah, you're far ahead. I'm glad to see you there, you fellow Canadian. Now you have to rename your channel the Epic Manga Podcast. Well, maybe if Marvel made more... Actually, Marvel's not in the title there anymore, so it could just be any manga. Is that what you're saying? There's great manga out there. I have a lot of favorites. So maybe I should do an episode on that sometime. Carnage Epics, you think that's what's in here? Here's a Facebook user that says, I love the out-of-continuity Wolverine stories. Yeah, pretty good stuff there. Mike Keane is also watching from Newfoundland. Wow, look at that. We have a whole assortment of Newfoundlanders, Newfies. Okay, we got 2 books in here. One is a reprint and one is not. Let's take a look at the reprint first. This is one of the most requested reprints. It went out of stock a while back and it's been commanding high dollar. So here it is. This is volume 17 in Mortal Flesh. And it is, well, yeah, it's Thor, as you can see here, the mighty Thor. This is the DeFalco era. Ron Frenz and Tom DeFalco doing these stories. And this is the volume that follows War of the Pantheons. This is great stuff. I really like Tom DeFalco and Ron Frenz. They have a very classic take on Thor. And even though it's classic, it goes into some new territory, of course, introducing a new character who will eventually take up the mantle of Thor and go on to do great things. Look at that splash page. How Kirby is that? Very cool. Love it. And lots of Hercules. Hercules and Thor have a great dynamic in this book. I really like it. This Facebook user says, that's the epic I spent the most money on a year ago. Then, of course, they announce a reprint right after. I'm sorry about that. And then this Facebook user says, you love this one because New Warriors intro is in this epic. Yeah, they do form for the very first time in the pages of Thor. Let me see if I can find that issue. Just flipping through it. Oh, yep, there it is right here. Here they are all suiting up for the first time. And then they fight the Juggernaut. Yep, there it is. Where? I can't see. There it is, right there. Yeah, okay. So that's that one. It looks exactly the same. The production on the book is excellent. The colors look exactly like I remember when I was reading the other epic. All the bonus features are still here. I can't say for certain if there's anything different because I'd have to go, page by page, but it looks good to me. It's got a $45 price on there. But there it is, Immortal Flesh. Okay, the new one. Let's see what is new. Daredevil Epic Collection Into the Fire. Now, I have to tell you, every time I hear this title, and maybe it's just because I'm Canadian, but I instantly hear the Sarah McLachlan song Into the Fire, you know that one? And now it's in my head. Every single time, it gets stuck in my head. Every single time I hear the title of this epic collection. There's the corner box. Nice solid book again. This one has a $50 price tag. This one has Daredevil 312 to 318, annual number 9, and then the graphic novel Daredevil Black Widow Abattoir, and then also the miniseries Daredevil Man Without Fear, numbers 1 through 5. And I think that's probably going to be the biggest selling point of this epic collection is that miniseries because it is Frank Miller and John Romita Jr., both people who have very big ties to Daredevil. In fact, this one is also inked by Al Williamson. And so those two were the team during the Ann Nocenti run of Daredevil. And they did a great job. I really liked the work that they did together. Look at that picture. Very cool. I love it. I guess a bonus sketch right there. Rascal Wolf says, I'm a newcomer to your channel and to Epic Collections, and it's been a blast watching your videos. Thanks, Rascal Wolf. Glad that you're here. Nice to meet you. Okay, what else is in here? Let's see. Let's get a picture of Daredevil. Okay, everyone says that John Romita does excellent rain scenes. He does. I'm sure it's very difficult to not overcrowd a scene with rain, but he manages to find a way to do it every single time. Really great. There, look at that. This kind of reminds me of course, the Netflix show. The Netflix show took a lot of inspiration from this miniseries. T. Butler says, one thing I notice a lot about Daredevil epic covers, and this one not included, is usually depict Daredevil getting beaten or in a losing position, which is weird for the main character. That is true, and usually the epic collections don't do that. So this one is good. John Romita Jr. cover right here. Let's see. T. Butler also says that JR's art on Daredevil is my favorite version of his art, especially during Nocenti's run. Yeah, he goes through different, like it's always very definitively JR, but he does have different eras of style. And I think being paired with different inkers really influences a lot of what his art looks like too. So who's doing the rest of this book? It's Chichester, DG Chichester, kind of in in the middle of his run. This is before Fall from Grace, and not sure if there's a regular artist. I think Scott McDaniel is on this one, right? Yeah, Scott McDaniel, and a bunch of fill-in artists. But this is, so yeah, Scott McDaniel is the guy who also does Fall from Grace with Chichester. He sticks around for a while, and in fact, that's the volume after this one, I believe, is Fall from Grace. And this, so his style changes drastically from this stuff to how he appears in Fall from Grace, because he becomes very, very stylized. So here's another look. There's a new villain. I don't know who that is. I haven't read these issues before, except I've read the Frank Miller miniseries, so I can say that. But there's a nice pin up there. Who's that by? K.J. Klaus Janson, perhaps? Doesn't really look like his inking style, but it's not inked by him. This Facebook user says, I like JR's run on X-Men. Yeah, he was good on X-Men. Although, you know, I have to say, he was good on X-Men, but it might be my least favorite stuff of his. I mean, I haven't read a lot of his stuff recently, so I can't comment there, but I like his Spider-Man and stuff a lot better than this. So there's a character. This, what's her name? Scream, I think? Oh, Shock. Her name is Shock. And I only know her because she appeared on a trading card in Marvel Universe Series 4. And I've never read any issues. That would have been, what year is this, 93, 94? Yeah, that would have been right when these trading cards came out. So she was the new kid on the block, and they're like, she's going to be a big star. Let's put her on a trading card. And she ended up not being a big star. Look at that, the return of Stiltman in this book. That's pretty good. And then the really cool part about this, I think, is this, let's see here, this graphic novel here, Daredevil and Black Widow Abattoir. And it's all painted, a fully painted graphic novel written by Jim Starlin, and the art is by Joe Chiodo. And it looks really, really nice. Look at that, kind of dark and gloomy. It's got a little bit of a Sienkiewicz vibe to it. Especially with panels like this, very, very Sienkiewicz influence there. Yeah, just really, really moody stuff. This graphic novel is collected in the Black Widow Epic Collections, Black Widow Volume 2, so maybe you've read it before. But yeah, it looks very, very cool. Kind of creepy. So, yeah, can't get enough of this. This is actually, it actually looks more like something that would have come out of the 80s of Marvel. I mean, this is the early 90s, so it was kind of a holdover. But, aha, that villain I showed you before, Devourer. He was created specifically for this annual. And he got a trading card, came bagged with a trading card. So there it is. Wow. So the bulk of this book actually is, it's kind of split down the middle. Half of it is the regular issues. Half of it is the graphic novel and the miniseries. And then look at all these black pages at the end. There are lots of bonus features. Let's see what's in the bonus feature section. We have Marvel Age. Lots of Marvel Age. We have some original art and process artwork. Ralph Macchio does a little something in there. Oh, are these pages that were added? Unused pages were lettered and inserted into issue 4, so we get some bonus pages that were not in the original issues. Some scripts. If you want to see how Frank Miller writes scripts, the whole, wow, a lot of it. Marvel style. No, not all of it's Marvel style. Some of it's an actual, like, full script. And this looks like John Romita Jr. again. there you go. And look at this list of Epic collections. They have the font so small now to try and fit them all on there and on the front cover. That's pretty wild. But yeah, it goes, let's see, Blade. The Blade Epic collection is listed on the inside cover here now, so they're pretty up to date. That's coming. Yeah. So there we are. That's the Epic collection for the day. This one's coming in the beginning of August, I believe. I think we're into August Epic collections now. Good evening, Derek. Okay. Are you looking forward to these? These two Epic collections, the reprint of Thor in Mortal Flesh, and then this new one here called Into the Fire. Oh, by the way, this connects the Ann Nocenti and Chichester run, the beginning of the Chichester run. It connects this to the end of the Chichester run that goes all the way to the end of Daredevil's series when it was canceled to be relaunched into Marvel Knights. So we've got a long, unbroken run of Daredevil. It's going to be, I don't know exactly what number it is, but something like 10 or 11 volumes in a row. But that's really great. We're getting to the end of Daredevil. That means there is really kind of only the Frank Miller era left in the classic era Daredevil. I'm going to assume that the modern Daredevil Epic collections will start with Marvel Knights, with Daredevil Marvel Knights, with the Kevin Smith story, Guardian Devil. That's definitely that kind of launched Marvel into a new era, that whole story right there. So that's my guess. That means, yeah, we only have really the short era that has the Frank Millers and a little bit of stuff right before Frank Miller. And that's hopefully going to come starting in 2014. We'll have to see. Let's see here. Another comment. This one's from a Richard. He says, is there anything not collected in Epic collections that you hope Marvel starts collecting? Oh yeah, Derek says the Denny O'Neil materials. Yeah, Denny O'Neil had a short run on there too, right? Yeah, that needs to be collected there. So yeah, it's only like 4 volumes or something like that. It's not much. Anyway, to answer Richard's question, I would love to see. Man, someone asked me this the other on my last live stream, and I forgot. After I stopped that live stream, I had a good answer, but I can't remember what it is now. I mean, obviously, I want to see more of the classic stuff like Alpha Flight, Spectacular Spider-Man. I want Nick Fury to have his own Epic collection because we have the Sergeant Fury stuff, but as far as his Shield era is concerned, like there's the 60s Shield era, there's he had a series in the 90s, there's one-shots and that kind of stuff. Yeah, Marvel Team Up would be great. I would love to see Marvel Team Up. That there's plenty of material to mine. So even though we're getting close to the end of Daredevil Epic collections, as far as the classic era is concerned, they can easily fill that slot in with something else. I think that we'll start to see some new titles pop up as these ones wrap up. Some of the long running ones. Yeah, Kazar would be a great one, Derek. That would be excellent because that material hasn't been collected. It's so hit or miss. And that, so yeah, hopefully that would be great. He's kind of one of these characters, though. It's like, are they going to sell? Would people, just the general public, be into buying a $50 collection of Kazar? It's a harder sell than saying a $50 collection of Daredevil or a $50 collection of Spider-Man, because no one really knows who Kazar is. It's kind of very B-list. So I'd like to see that. I want them to rebrand Man-Thing into Epic Collection so they can cover that a little bit more comprehensively than the Steve Gerber complete collections. I love the trade dress of the Epic Collection, says Mike. Not sure who designed them, but I think they loved hockey cards or sports cards. I like the large action shot on the back as opposed to small ones. Yeah, there you go. Kazar is Tarzan meets Jurassic Park. MCU needs to make a movie now. Yeah, well, that would be cool. This Facebook user loves the Man Without Fear miniseries. A solid story. Yeah, it's really good. I I agree. I think that is a great story. And so if you are on the fence about this one, literally half the book is going to be this really beautiful looking graphic novel plus the Man Without Fear storyline. So which is kind of a retelling of Daredevil's origin for a more modern audience. Some people say it's out of continuity because they make some changes to the origin story to kind of update it and such, and it doesn't quite jive with what we know of Daredevil from the 60s, but still great story. Okay, next week we'll probably get some more epic collections, and I think it will be, I can't remember. We're getting pretty close to getting some more modern era epic collections. Loki might be in the next batch, so we'll have to see that. Oh yeah, T Butler says a Quasar line would be cool. Yeah, I've been asking for a Warlock miniseries, or sorry, epic collection that would collect, all of the early Warlock series, of course, and then once he gets reborn in the '90s, the Silver Surfer stuff, and it would tie in all of the Infinity miniseries, Infinity Gauntlet, War and Crusade. It would have Infinity Watch, Warlock Chronicles. It would be a great catch-all for all of that Warlock cosmic stuff that Jim Starlin was doing. I think that would be a really cool epic line, and especially because the Infinity Gauntlet doesn't have a home in the epic collections yet. We have all of these tie-in issues, but not the actual event. So I would love to see it there. That'd be kind of cool. Sweaty Heroes says, we need Spectacular Spider-Man by J.M. DeMatteis and the classic early 70s issues too. Yeah, so that's what I would, if they launch Spectacular Spider-Man, because it's a long-running series, they can do one volume starting from the beginning and another volume starting at the J.M. DeMatteis run in the late 100s, and then just alternate those. It would be great. Phil says the next ones due are Loki and X Factor Volume 4. Okay, thanks, Phil. Yeah, we should probably get those. I'll probably get a box of those next week, and I'll do another live stream to show them off. I'm looking forward to seeing some more of the new the modern era epic collections, because they're new. It's an unknown thing. How many epic collection books are there of Generation X? I would love to get those if they don't have an Omni. There is no Generation X Omni yet. So far, there are 3 Generation X epic collections available, and the 4th one has been announced. It will come out in 2024, and there will probably be 6 total. That it's not that long of a series. It lasted for 75 issues, and there are lots of annuals and like bonus issues and tie-ins to pad that out, to stretch it out. But for the most part, yes, that is what you're looking at. 6 volumes, 3 available now. Yeah, and you should check them out. The first 3, I really love the first 3. After that, the quality kind of dips and goes up and down a little bit, but still, I like the characters. It's a fun ride. I would also love a Squadron Sinister / Supreme epic line. They could use the material that was in the big Omni. Yep, they could do that. That one might even be a harder sell than a Quasar epic collection. I'm not sure. Will you be doing a new State of the Epic video for Daredevil? Yeah, I'm falling way behind in getting those videos done. I might wait for. I'll have to check to see when the next one after this is coming out. If they're close together, then maybe I'll just wait and do them both together. So we'll have to see. But I think I'm going to try and prioritize some of those characters that I haven't done videos for yet at all. I've been promising a Thor video for a while, and since I just got the Hell on Earth epic collection last week, I should do a video on that one. Maybe I'll try and get that one done this week. I tell you though, because there are so many of those long ones, take a long time to make, but I'm committed. I got to do it. The Rascal Wolf says those State of the Epic videos have been great. Please keep them coming. Okay, I will do that. Tommy loves stuff. Glad you're here. He says the DD cover is sick. It's kind of weird. Hey, not many of these epic collections have the title just kind of tucked in the corner here. Usually it's right across the top, but because of the composition of this, there's no way to kind of get it in there unless you're going to obscure a lot of the title, which that's kind of a comic booky thing to do. So there you go. Sweaty Heroes is referring to the late John Schnepp, director of the Death of Superman Lives documentary. He referred to comic fans as sweaties. Yeah, you know what? I'm sweaty right now. It's hot in Vancouver. Richard says, have you seen the Secret Invasion series on Disney Plus? What are your thoughts? Well, I've only seen the first episode so far. Maybe I'll watch the second one tonight, but it was kind of a slow start. Nice shock ending, although, you know, it makes me sad, but pretty good. We'll have to see. I hear episode 2 really kicked it up a notch, so I'm looking forward to that one. The show I'm really into right now on Disney Plus is actually Muppets Mayhem, because I love the Electric Mayhem, and that show is really funny. Next, Daredevil Epic. Phil has his spreadsheet out. I don't have my spreadsheet out in front of me, so I can't tell you this. The next one is due out in April, which is a long way away, so I guess I'll have to get another Daredevil video done before that. Richard says, I agree with Martian Pilgrim. I didn't see this comment. A 2099 Epic line would be nice. That would be good. I think you'd want probably one of it's Spider-Man would want its own. Doctor Doom would want its own, because those are long series. But then, yeah, you have a whole bunch of short ones. Ghost Rider, Hulk, Fantastic Four, X-Nation, all of those ones. They are so short that I think that you would need to probably, I don't know, combine them, or they'd be very, very short epic collections. But Punisher and Ravage are kind of in between. I could see them getting their own lines, but again, Ravage 2099 epic collection, I don't know about that. It's kind of be a hard sell. I think Kazar would sell better than that. Instant Badass says your State of the Epic videos are great, very informative and addictive to watch. Thanks for that. 2099 epics are due out in 2099. We will not be alive to see them. They will be for our grandchildren, or our children or our grandchildren. Okay, my dinner is done. I just heard my oven beep, so I have to go. But I thank you, everybody, for tuning into this Epic Collection live stream. Feel free to give me a like. And I see 30 people are watching, but only 3 likes, so I want a few more likes on there. And subscribe. That always is a good thing. You'll be notified when I throw up a new video, a new live stream, whatever. And that would be great. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I hope you tune in next time, and have a good 4th of July.